Job 39, here God continues his response to the idea that Job and others have had that man suffers and God doesn't really pay attention, and that things get a bit out of control, or very out of control, and someone like Job suffers terribly, and oh whoops, because God's sort of not in the office. God's not actually paying attention. And God answers that, and he says, look at the ostrich. Look at her wings and her feathers and her plumage. Are they the feathers, verse 13, are they the feathers and plumage of love? Is the ostrich a loving creature, he says? And he goes on, she leaves her eggs on the earth, warms them in the dust, and forgets that the foot may crush them, or that wild animals may come and trample them. And he says, does she love or does she not love? All animals, and that includes ostriches, naturally love and care for their young. It's human beings who mixed up in their heads on that, some of them. But all animals naturally care for their young, and that includes ostriches. So why then does she leave her eggs in the earth and go running off and leave them there, apparently not caring for her little eggs? She does that because she puts them in the dust and covers them with sand so that they're safe. And what's she running off doing? Not partying, not enjoying herself, desperately trying to find food in that harsh desert to feed those little ones. In other words, looking at the ostrich from one point of view, to the eye of secular man who doesn't know anything about ostriches, ostrich didn't care for her kids, just leaves them. Yeah, she's busy running around the wilderness getting on with her thing. She didn't care about them. Couldn't care if somebody nicks them or stamps on them or whatever. No. Are her feathers the plumage of love or not? Yes. And this is the amazing, powerful thing that we're asked to believe and trust, that God has a passionate care for you and me as his very little ones, as his little delicate ones. He's not off doing something else. He has this passionate interest for us, and what might appear to us his absence from us is not at all. It is actually his love. What appears a don't care attitude is not that at all. And actually it's the very opposite. That he has a passionate care for you and me.